Yeah, good moment world. How are y'all doing today? This is the Phoenix. You already know, flying to the moment once again to deliver peace, love, and awareness to you and all the beautiful people out there. And today what we're going to be talking about is lucid living. How to become lucid in life and how life is simply but a dream. Woo! So let's think about this, right? Life is a dream, right? We dream every night. When our head hits that pillow, we have these incredible, amazing dreams where we're jumping off cliffs, jumping from building to building like Spider-Man. At least that's what I'm doing. I don't know what y'all be doing, but that's what I'm doing. But you see, dreams arise based off of the experiences that we have in our day-to-day life and the emotions that are in our subconscious. That's where dreams come from. And also, dreams, it's the fourth and fifth dimension. It's that other higher realm of existence, right? So, if dreams are the culmination of our experiences on this 3D plane plus that means that whatever we can do in our dreams, we actually can do here as well. And that means that we are connected to something that is more conscious than us, or has a hyper consciousness. It has more knowledge than us. It has more awareness than us. Because no matter how far we go to strive towards authenticity, we still have this physical body, right? So we still have limitations. We don't have limitations, but we still do have limitations, because while we are a universe of ourselves, we contain billions upon trillions of cells that are constantly replicating. I mean, if you really think about it, we lose, 10 million a second and gain 10 million a second? So that's pretty crazy. We're like a constantly shifting puddle of energy, essentially moving throughout this plane, right? But we are connected to something that's higher than us, and we're here at the same time. So we do have restrictions, but we don't, essentially. But to become lucid in life is to recognize the patterns that are happening in your life and to rewire your brain so as to create a different outcome, right? So I was listening to a lecture about rewiring the brain. So actually about neuroplasticity, essentially, right? And I'm going to link that in the description below, and I really want you guys to check that out, because this is actually just, when you really just kind of forget about everything that you know and just observe and listen and absorb the message, it becomes very, very powerful. Essentially what they're saying is that when we have a thought, when we have an emotion, so to speak, it creates a chemical. Literally every single thought that you have creates a chemical, right? And we have millions upon millions of thoughts every day, right? Many of them we are unaware of, right? Many of them that kind of just zip by, right? So, but the ones that we do become aware of are typically the ones that are associated with experiences that we do over and over and over again. So say you have a job and you're doing the same task over and over and over again. You're going to build the same response depending upon how you feel about it. Either you love it, you hate it, right? But you have to understand is that literally these thoughts actually create chemicals that actually create potions, or sometimes even poisons, depending upon the frequency level of it, depending upon the vibration, actually creates that. So if you're constantly doing something that creates a thought of, I am not worthy, when you say those words and you say them repeatedly, it actually creates a chemical, and that chemical makes you feel unworthy, and then it causes a feedback loop. It's like the infinity symbol. It causes a feedback loop. It is constantly ricocheting back and forth, and you're going to be constantly feeling that, right? This automatically stunts your lucidity, because lucidity, especially in dreams, is becoming aware that you're in a dream. So if life is a dream and we can become aware that we're in life, you see, most people, they're trying to figure out what is the purpose of life. The purpose of life is life itself. You have a heroic mission. Yes, you want to show gratitude. I always speak about gratitude. Make sure you find your highest authenticity. Go towards what feels right. But you also are here to respect others and to have fun. Don't take yourself too seriously, right? The point of life is life itself. So if you're constantly stuck in the same patterns, the same routine, so to speak, You have to become aware and lucid to the fact that you are in life and you can do whatever it is that you want to do. Such as the dream I had last night. I'll go ahead and talk about that. And I was like in this weird warehouse type thing. It was like a house or some mansion, whatever. I always find myself in these weird spots and I'm always looking for something, right? And so it was me and a couple other people that I just don't even know, and we went to this back room. It was like, all right, grab all the food that you can because it's coming. Some being, some entity was coming, right, for us. So as we left and went outside, we ended up in the yard of one of my old houses that I used to live out, right? And it was like really dark outside, and it was like this night sky. It was all beautiful and stuff, right? Very, very clear though. Like all the colors were super, super vibrant, despite the fact that it was nighttime. So suddenly there's this weird blue kind of blob that just kind of showed up out of nowhere behind the trees, and then it started shooting these projectiles at us. And of course, the other people that I was with, they kind of like scurried, right? They like just ran off into the distance, and I was the only one staying there fighting or fending this thing off, right? And none of what it was sending at me was hurting me. I was able to simply throw back anything that it pretty much dished at me. And I even did this one weird thing where I had my fingers and I actually had lasers coming out of each of my fingertips, and I was pointing it at this blob as it continued to morph. And then towards the end of it, it actually morphed into a rocket. So off to the side, I saw this rocket and it was actually coming off. You could see like the fire and the smoke billowing out, and this rocket came up, and then the top of the rocket kind of popped off, and suddenly billions upon billions of these tiny little, I guess you say they're atoms. I'm not sure exactly what they were, but they were like red and pink, and it had like this weird purple haze around it. And then it had black, it had like a black D imprinted in every single one of these things. Now, mind you, my vision is so clear, I can make out every single detail. I can see every D on millions of these floating orbs that are coming towards me. And I'm like, huh, I've never seen that before. I've gone lucid before, but I've never seen that. So the thing about the video that I'm going to be linking below, how it talks about is how you can rewire your brain once you become aware to a certain pattern, or if you want to learn something, you can actually rewire your brain to learn and absorb that, and then you could put it on autopilot. So for me, lucidity is pretty much autopilot now, because really, you can't control your dreams, but you can control your reactions. So this is the great thing. I can control my reactions. So, and life is many ways like this, right? We can't necessarily control what happens to us, but we definitely can control our reactions. And it's through these reactions that actually takes us into these different avenues, right? If someone offers you an opportunity, or someone offers you this or that, you react to it, and then it pulls you in, right? So that's really how we move throughout life, is through our reactions. A lot of people can get super, super reactive in such a negative way, and then they wonder why they attract to themselves negative experiences. But what this dream taught me, and just in general what life is that you can control your reactions. So going back to the dream, since I had never seen something like that before, I was just like, okay. I actually have learned this new technique of how to kind of create a clone of myself, or like to project a piece of my consciousness outward. So what I did is that, and I'm thinking now, mind you, I think of all of this like really, really fast. It's super fast the way I'm thinking in my dream. So I project a piece of myself, a piece of my consciousness. For some reason, the clone that I projected out was like, it wasn't Naruto, but it had the essence of Naruto, kind of like the outline. It had like this red, orangish, like orange aura around it, you know? It wasn't quite Naruto, but I'm guessing that I'm thinking cloning myself, absorbing an attack, I don't know. So anyways, I project that out, and then suddenly the clone or shadow that I projected out started glowing red, and it was absorbing all of the orbs, actually. So instead of actually just trying to repel the attack, I simply absorbed it, or a part of me absorbed it. And I'm just watching kind of in the background, right? Unfortunately, I woke up at this point, and I did not get to see what transpired after my Naruto clone absorbed all of the strange energy orbs from the rocket where the top comes off. Weird stuff, right? But honestly, it's really, really fun. And life can be that way too. Life can be fun. once you learn how to control your reactions, and once you learn how to rewire your brain to become more lucid, because you don't want to be doing the same task all the time, right? If it's something that you love to do, it's still different every day, right? But if it's something that you don't like to do, it's the same story. So change up the story, change up the motion, change up the flow. Be like a river, you know? Just flow. Get into the moment. Anyways, that is all for this message. I hope you all liked it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. And remember to find the gold in this moment, for that is all that exists. And I will catch you all on the next video. I don't know if I was quite up into the camera. Let's do that again. I will catch you all on the next video. Woo! Peace.